Hello, my dear students. Welcome to Sankalp Learning classes. So, in this video, we are going to solve the important questions from the heredity chapter. So, this video will be helpful for your board exam. Okay. So, every important questions and every question asked in previous year question paper, model question paper. So, everything is included in this video. So, it will be very helpful. No need to search for the question paper anything, so you will get old questions as well as the answers, everything in this video only. Okay, please go through the video. So let us start with the first question. If a round green seeded If a round green seeded pea plant, that is capital R Y Y, is crossed with wrinkled yellow seeded pea plant, small r capital Y, the seeds produced in F1 generation are. Yes, here capital R, capital R, small y crossed with small r capital Y. Okay. So here, so in the F1 generation, so your gametes capital R small y, gametes here small r capital Y. So in the F1 generation, so it will form capital R small r capital Y small y. So this capital R is there means that is round, capital Y is there means that is yellow. Okay, so the F1 generation plants have round and yellow seeds. F1 generation plants have the round and yellow seeds, that is the option C is the correct answer. Next question. A pure dominant pea plant producing round yellow seeds is crossed with pure recessive pea plant producing wrinkled green seeds. The number of plants bearing round green seeds in F1 generation of Mendel's experiments. Yes, here a pure breeding dominant pea plant producing round yellow seeds is crossed with capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y. Okay, pure breeding round yellow seeds crossed with pure recessive pea plant, that is capital small y, small y. Okay, wrinkled green seeds. The number of plants bearing round green seeds in the F1 generation. In the F1 generation, so these produces the gametes capital R, capital Y, and here small y are the gametes. F1 generation capital R, capital Y, small y. So this is the F1 generation plant, that is round yellow seeds are produced, but round green seeds are not produced in the F1 generation. In F2 generation they are produced. Okay, so that is option A, 0. Okay, option A is the correct answer, that is 0. Next question. Mendel conducted his famous breeding experiments by working on the following. Option A, Drosophila. Option B, Escherichia coli, Pisum sativum, all of this. Here, the Pisum sativum means that is the pea plant. Okay, Pisum sativum, that is the pea plant. So that is the correct answer. Next question. Which section of DNA provides the information for one gene? Which section of DNA provides the information for one gene? Option A, nucleus. Option B, chromosome. Option C, trait. Option D, gene. So, the which section of DNA, the small fragment of DNA that provides the information for one protein, that is the option D, gene is the correct answer. Next question. In peas, a pure tall TT is crossed with a pure short plant, that is small t, small t. The ratio of pure tall plants to pure short plants in F2 generation is, okay, yes, in the F1 generation. So capital T crossed with small t. So in the F1 generation, all plants, they are having the capital T, small t. Means they are, all are tall plants with heterozygous condition. For F2 generation, when they are self-pollinated, when the F1 plants are self-pollinated, F1 into F1, so these F2 plants, capital T into small t, capital T into small t. So that is equal to capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t. Here, the pure short plants in F2 generation is the ratio of pure tall plants and the pure short plant. Pure tall plant means homozygous condition, that is 1, and pure short plant, that is homozygous condition 1, that is 1:1. Okay, the correct answer is 1:1. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. A zygote which has an X chromosome inherited from the father will develop into a boy, B, girl. X chromosome does not determine the sex of the child, either boy or girl. So during the fertilization, sperm always contain either X or Y, any. So no, that is not confirmed, but egg, that is always contain X chromosome. Here, the zygote is formed when these two gametes are fused, which has X chromosome is inherited from the father. So we know the father sperm that contains the X chromosome, then egg always contain the X chromosome. So the zygote is having the XX chromosome, means XX chromosome means that is girl. XY chromosome means that is boy. Okay. Two pea plants, one with round green seeds and another with wrinkled yellow seeds, produce F1 progeny that have round yellow seeds. When F1 plants are self-pollinated, the F2 progeny will have new combination of characters. Choose the new combinations from the following. Here, two pea plants, one with round seeds, capital R, YY, and wrinkled seeds, wrinkled yellow seeds, that is small y, sorry, small r, capital Y, capital Y. So produce F1 progeny that have round yellow seeds. When the F1 plants are self-pollinated, the F2 progeny will have new combination of characters. Choose the new combination from the following. Round yellow seeds producing round green seeds, wrinkled yellow, wrinkled green. So round yellow seeds, that is the parental generation, have the round yellow seeds. And round green, that is not the parental generation. Wrinkled yellow, here wrinkled yellow, that is from the parental generation. Wrinkled green, that is not from the parental generation, right? So these are the new combination found in the F2 generation, that is 2 and 4. Sorry, here choose the new combination from the following. Here new combination, um, wrinkled green, yes, that is the new combination. And wrinkled green is the new combination, and here round yellow, that is not present in the parental generation. Round green is present, wrinkled yellow is present, right? So round yellow, that is not from the parental generation. Okay. If a normal cell of the human body contains 46 pairs of chromosomes, then the numbers of chromosomes in a sex cell of a human being is most likely to be. Please know the. Yes, in a sex cell of a human being is most likely to be in the number of chromosomes in the sex cell of the human being is, that is 23. So it should be a gamete, okay, not a sex cell, gamete. In the gamete of the human being is, that is 23. Independent inheritance of two separate traits, shape and color of seeds in a Mendel's cross on pea plants resulted in a observable ratio of, that is two separate traits, that is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Next question. A cross between tall pea plant and a short pea plant resulted in progenies that were tall plants because tallness is the recessive trait, shortness is the dominant trait, height of pea plant is not governed by the gene T or T, tallness is the dominant trait. Here the correct answer is option D, tallness is the dominant trait. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. A trait that cannot be inherited among the following is shape of the eye, color of the hair, type of blood group, playing skills. Here, which cannot be inherited, that is option D, playing skills, because which is acquired character. It is not genetically modified, which is not related to the genes. Okay, so that is the acquired character. So playing skills that cannot be transferred. inherited among the following? Next question. Pea plants with round seeds are crossed with pea plants, wrinkled seeds, small r. The percentage of plants that are having capital R genetic makeup in F2 generation is, here in the F1 generation, the combination will be capital R, small r. When this capital R, small r is crossed for the F2 generation, that is capital R, capital R, capital R, capital R, small r, and small r, small r. Out of these four plants, only one plant that is having the capital R genetic makeup, that is 25%. So option A, that is 25%. Next question. So now we are discussing the 1-mark questions. What is the sex cell of the child born by receiving X chromosome from the father? What is the sex of the child born by receiving the X chromosome from the father? Here, male gametes, so sperms, either X or Y chromosome. Okay, either X chromosome or Y chromosome. Female's egg always contain the X chromosome. If the male, so the X chromosome from the father means X chromosome from the sperm fuses with the X chromosome from the mother, the sex of the child will be girl, or right, female. The sex of the child will be female. What is heredity? Second question, what is heredity? Heredity is the transmission of characters from parents to the offspring. So the characters transmission from parents to the offspring is called as a heredity. Next question. Name the scientist who worked on rules of inheritance. Name the scientist who worked on rules of inheritance. That is Gregor Johann Mendel. The scientist name is Gregor Johann Mendel. Write the contrasting characters of the pea plant. So, which is used by the Mendel for his experiments. What are the contrasting characters of the pea plant which are used by the Mendel for his experiments? Mendel used several contrasting visible characters of garden peas, example round, wrinkled seeds, tall or short plants, white or violet flowers. So these are the contrasting characters used by the Mendel for his experiments. Next question. What are dominant traits? What are dominant traits? The expressed trait when it is in a heterozygous condition, the expressed trait that is called as a dominant trait. Okay. In the heterozygous condition, the expressed trait is called as a dominant trait. What are recessive traits? In a heterozygous condition, for example, T, here capital T, that indicates that is the dominant trait, because which is expressed, which is not expressed, that is the small t. Dwarfness, that is not expressed, that is called as a recessive trait. The suppressed rate in a heterozygous condition, that is called as a recessive. What is the phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross? What is the phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross? That is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1 is the phenotypic ratio of the dihybrid cross. Next question. When pure breeding tall plants are crossed with pure breeding dwarf plants, F1 generation plants are tall or dwarf. When pure breeding tall plants means that should be T crossed with pure breeding dwarf plants, that is small t. F1 generation plants are tall or dwarf. F1 generation, so here gametes capital T, here small t always. So F1 generation plants, they all are tall plants. They all are tall plants. Okay. So dear students, next we are discussing the 2 to 3 mark questions. Okay. So that is very important for your exam. Next we are discussing the 2 to 3 mark questions. Here, round seed producing capital R P plant is hybridized with wrinkled seed producing, that is small r P plant. Mention the results obtained in F2 generation with the help of checkerboard. Write the genotypic ratio of these plants. Okay. Yes, here. Round seed producing plant. Round seed producing plants, that is pure breeding capital R, and wrinkled seed, that is small r. Okay. So the gametes produced in the F1 generation, that is capital R, your small r, F1 generation plants, that is equal to capital R, small r. Okay, so these all are round seed producing plants. Round seed producing plants. Okay, so these are round seed producing plants. So F2 generation plants, how F2 generation plants were obtained? So F2 generation plants obtained by crossing the capital R F1 generation plants. I will use the checkerboard now. Okay, so I will clear this now. Here, when for F2 generation, capital R small r crossed with the capital R small r. Here, the gametes produced are capital R small r, capital R small r. Okay, so these are the gametes. So here capital R, capital R, capital R small r, capital R small r, capital small r. So this is the F2 generation plants. F2 plants obtained using the checkerboard. Okay, so these all steps you have to mention. Then write the genotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio means capital R plants and capital R, small r plants and small r plants. Here 1 is to 2 is to 1 is the genotypic ratio. 1 is to 2 is to 1. So 2 are capital R small r plants and 1 capital R and 1 small r plant. Okay. Next question. How father is responsible to determine the sex of the child in humans? Explain. Here, the gene for brown colored, here for the second question, how father is responsible to determine the sex of the child. So in human beings, total 23 pairs of chromosomes are present in human beings. Out of 23, 22 chromosomes, they are similar in male and female. But one set of chromosome that is different in male and female. In male, XY chromosome will be present. In female, XX chromosome will be present. During the formation of gametes, male sperm, either it contain X or Y chromosome, but the female gamete always contain the X chromosome. So, this is the reason because the father is responsible for the sex determination, sex of the child, because the father produces the two types of the gametes, either X or Y, but always mother produces the gamete which contain the X chromosome. So for this reason, the father is responsible for the determination of the sex of the child. The gene for brown colored hair is recessive over the gene for black colored hair. The gene for brown color hair, recessive for the gene for black colored hair. What is the hair color of the person who has inherited the gene for brown colored hair from the mother and the black colored hair from the father? So here we can write the genes responsible for black color of the hair, that is capital B, capital B. I will take the homozygous condition only. Then genes responsible for the brown color of the hair, that is small b, small b. Okay. So when this father black hair color and mother brown hair color. So when it is crossed, capital B crossed with small b, small b. So the person is having the capital B from the father and capital small b from the mother here, from the mother, and black colored hair from the father. The hair color of the person, that is black color, because he inherited the dominant black color gene from the father, because capital B, that is the dominant gene from the father. So his hair color will be black color. How is the sex of the child will be determined in human beings? How do Mendel's experiments show that parental traits are inherited independently to the offspring of the next generation? The answer for the first question. All human chromosomes are not paired. Most human chromosomes have maternal and paternal copy and 22 such pairs. But one pair is not always a perfect pair. Women have the perfect pair, that is XX chromosome, but men mismatched pair, that is X and Y chromosome. Here, all children inherited X chromosome from their mother. Sex of the child is determined by the father. A child who inherits the X chromosome from the father will be a girl, and the one who inherits the Y chromosome will be the boy. So it is one of the very important question, 3-mark question it is. How Mendel's experiments show that parental traits inherited independently to the offspring of the next generation. So you have to explain the Mendel's dihybrid cross for this question. Okay, Mendel's dihybrid cross. Here the characters from the parents, they inherited to the children independently. So here, when round yellow seeds are seed forming plants are, that is capital R, capital R, capital Y plants crossed with wrinkled green. Okay. So that is small r, small r, small y, small y. What will be the F1 generation? The gametes, that is capital R, capital Y. Here, small r, small y will be the gametes. F1 generation will be capital R, capital Y, small y. So all are round yellow seed producing plants. Round yellow seed producing plant. Now we have to obtain the F2 generation. F2 generation here. F2 generation plants. So that is obtained by self-crossing the F1 plants, capital R, capital Y, small y, crossed with capital R, capital Y, small y. What are the gametes produced here? Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. So these are the gametes. So we have to cross these 4 types of gametes with this. So we have to use the checkerboard to find out the different combination of the plant. Okay. So I will change this slide. So and I will draw the checkerboard. Okay. So this is the first step. So how the characters, they will inherit it independently from parents to the next generation. So next checkerboard. Okay, so here gametes, I will write here R, capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Okay, and here capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Okay. So you have to multiply with the first row now. Capital R, R, Y, Y. So round yellow seed producing plant. Then capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y. This is also round yellow seed producing plant. Capital R, capital Y, capital Y. This is also a round yellow seed producing plant. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. That is also round yellow seed producing plant. Again, capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y. That is also round yellow seed producing plant here. Capital R, small y. But here it is round wrinkle seed producing plant. Okay. Then capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. That is also round yellow seed. Then capital R, small y. This is also a round green seed producing plant. Then capital R, small r, capital Y. This is also round yellow seed. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. This is also round yellow seed producing plant. Then small r, capital Y. Here it is wrinkled but yellow seed producing plant. Okay. Then last one, small r, capital Y, small y. This is also a round, wrinkled yellow seed producing plant. Here capital R, small r, capital Y. This is also round yellow seed producing plant. Then capital R, capital r, small y. This is round but green seed producing plant. Here small r, capital Y, small y. This is also wrinkled yellow seed producing plant. Last one, small r, small y. Okay. So here what you can write, round yellow seed producing plant, round yellow seed producing plant, that is the parental generation, that is 9. The right mark you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And round yellow seed producing plant, round yellow seed, here this is round yellow seed, and second one and third one. So 3 round yellow seed producing plant, and wrinkled yellow seed, wrinkled yellow seed, 1, 2, 3. So that is also 3. And last one, wrinkled green seed. So that is wrinkled green seed producing plant, that is 1. Okay. So the ratio is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So from this experiment, we can say that the characters, they independently inherit to the next generation. So that is the Mendel's experiment. A tall pea plant crossed with dwarf pea plant. Mention the types of the plants obtained in the F1 generation and represent the result obtained in F2 generation with the help of checkerboard. Mention the ratio of varieties of plants. Okay. Mention the ratio of varieties of plants. Now, parental generation, tall pea plant crossed with the dwarf plant, that is capital T crossed with small t, already given this. Okay. So gametes produced is capital T, here small t. So the F1 generation will be all plants are tall plants, all are tall plants. Okay. Then to obtain the F2 generation, you have to cross F1 generation, self-pollinate the F1 generation plants, that is capital T small t into capital T small t. So here gametes capital T and the small t, so that you have to cross in the checkerboard. Okay. So now we have to use the checkerboard. So this is also called Mendel's monohybrid cross experiment. Here I will write the capital T, small t, gametes, and here capital T, small t. Just multiply capital T into T, capital T, T, capital T into small t, that is capital T, small t. Just add it and write capital T, small t, and small t, small t. Here capital T, that is tall plant, and capital T, small t, that is also a tall plant, and small t, that is the dwarf plant. So the ratio of tall and dwarf plant is, the ratio of tall and dwarf plant is 3:1. The ratio of tall and dwarf plant, that is 3:1. So this is the very important question for 3 marks. Okay. Next question. Round green seed producing pea plants are crossed with wrinkled yellow seed producing pea plant, that is small r, y, capital Y, capital Y. Show the result of F2 generation with the help of checkerboard and mention the ratio of varieties of plants. Okay. So this is same as the Mendel dihybrid cross. Here round round green color seed producing plant crossed with the wrinkled yellow seed producing plants, right? So just shortly I will explain this. So here the gametes produced in these plants, that is capital R, small y, here small r, capital Y. Here F1 generation plants will be capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. All plants are producing round yellow seeds. All plants are producing round yellow seeds. Okay. So for F2 generation, you have to cross the F1 generation, that is capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, crossed with capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay. So when these plants are crossed, F2, so the gametes produced in this is capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. So these gametes you have to use in the checkerboard to obtain the F2 generation. Okay. So how to draw the checkerboard and how to add these gametes to produce the new one. So that already we have discussed in the last question. Same you have to do it. Okay. Yes. Here. Red flowering, capital R, 4 o'clock plant is crossed with the white flowering, that is capital W, 4 o'clock plant. There are 25% red flowering and 25% white flowering and 50% hybrids are obtained in the F2 generation. And what are the characteristics of F1 plants? Show the result of F2 generation with the help of checkerboard and mention the genotype ratio. Determine the trait that can be considered either as dominant or recessive by analyzing the result of both F1 and F2. Okay. Here, red flower producing plant, that is capital R, crossed with white color flower producing plant, that is capital W. So when these are crossed, so just I will red color What are the red flower producing plant crossed with white color flower producing plant? Okay. So here capital R is the genotype, and here capital W and capital W is the genotype. F1 plants obtain, that is here gametes, just a minute. Gametes, that is capital R is the gamete produced here, capital W is the gamete. F1 generation flower, so that is having the RW, means that is not red, neither red nor white. So that is intermediate color. All the plants, they are intermediate. Okay, so they are not red color flower producing plant. They are not, and also they are not a white color flowering plant. So we can not determine the which one is the dominant and which one is the recessive. So when F2 plants are obtained by crossing the RW with the RW, this is the F1 plants. So now I will draw the checkerboard. Here gametes are, the gametes produced are capital W. Here also R capital W. Okay. So just one box is extra. It's okay. Now capital R, capital R, capital R, capital W. And here capital R, capital W and W, W. Here R, that is the red flower producing plant. W is the white color flower producing plant. Then RW, that is the intermediate. Okay. So what we can write here? So the ratio is 1:2:1. So the flower producing is 1 red color flower producing plant, 2 intermediate plant, flower producing plant, and 1 again white color flower producing plant. So here neither red color nor white color flower producing plants are dominant over one another. So they are not able to dominate over the other. So intermediate flowers are produced. Okay. So that is the answer. Yes. How is the sex of the child is determined in human beings? Already we have solved this question, right? Yes, this is the answer. How are the traits of organisms classified as dominant and recessive traits? The experiences of individual acquired during the lifetime cannot be passed on to its progeny. Why? How are the traits of organisms classified into dominant and the recessive? The expressed trait in the heterozygous condition, that is called as a dominant trait, and which is not expressed, that is called as a recessive trait. The experiences, so that is acquired during the lifetime, so that is not transferred because which genetically that is not changed, so which is not able to pass it through the genes, so it is not transferred to the next generation. The pure short pea plant is crossed with the pure tall pea plant, represents the results obtained in the F2 generation of monohybrid cross with the help of checkerboard and mention the ratio of the types of the plants obtained. Here, the short pea plant, that is small t, because here pure is given. So you can take it as a pure means small t, and pure tall means that is capital T, capital T. Okay. So this monohybrid cross experiment already we have solved. Please try yourself. Okay. So this is the same question what we solved. And this is also same question. When tall pea plant is crossed with the dwarf pea plant, represent the result in the F2 generation monohybrid cross with the help of checkerboard. So this question also we have solved. Please I just keep this question because you have to try yourself. Okay. Next, we are going to solve the 4-mark questions. According to the Mendel, what are dominant traits and recessive traits? What is dihybrid cross? What is the ratio of types of the plants obtained in the F2 generation of the Mendel's dihybrid cross? Here, what is dihybrid cross? To write the definition here, we know the answer for the first question. What are dominant traits and what are recessive traits? Then, what is the ratio of the plant types obtained in the F2 generation? That is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. You have to write the definition of the dihybrid cross. Next question. Round green color seed producing pea plant, capital R, small y, are crossed with wrinkled yellow seed producing pea plant, that is small r, capital Y. Show the result of F2 generation with the help of checkerboard and mention the ratio of varieties of plants. Okay. So this question already we have solved in the 3-mark section. So it can be asked for 3 marks or 4 marks. Okay. So here, round green seeds and wrinkled yellow seed. Okay. So the gametes are capital R, small r, capital Y. So that is round yellow seeds that is produced in the F1 generation. Okay. When to obtain the F2 generation, F1 plants are crossed. Here you can see the F1 plants are crossed. The gametes produced are capital R, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small r, capital Y. So the same gametes you have to write in this section. Okay. Then you can write the, so just add these two and write here. Add these two and write here. Then this one, then this one. So here, so this is the checkerboard of the F2 generation plants. Here, total plants obtained, that is 9 round yellow seeds and 3 wrinkled green seeds. Sorry, round green seeds, wrinkled yellow seeds and wrinkled green seed, that is 1. So the ratio is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So you have to practice this checkerboard. Okay. So just you have to mention this capital R, capital Y, this one. Tall pea plant producing red flowers is crossed with the short pea plant producing the white flowers. Mention the type of plants produced from these plants in the F1 generation. Write the ratio of plants obtained in the F2 generation by crossing the F1 generation and name the varieties obtained here. Just here, T, R, R and small t, small r. This is tall round seed producing plant and this is dwarf wrinkle seed producing plant. Okay, here gametes produced here, capital T, capital R. Here small t, small r. So F1 plants, capital T, small t, capital R, small r. So all are tall, sorry, here a red color, not red, round and wrinkle seeds here. Tall, red color, and dwarf, white color flower. Okay. So here in the F1 generation, all are tall and red color flower producing plants. In the F1 generation, all are tall and red color producing plants. To obtain the F2 generation, you have to cross capital T, small t, capital R, small r, crossed with capital T, small t, capital R, small r. So here gametes produced capital T, capital R, capital T, small r, capital small t, capital R, and small t, small r. So these gametes you have to use in the checkerboard. Okay. So just draw the checkerboard here. Capital T, capital R, capital T, small r, small t, capital R, small t, small r. Okay. So here same capital T, capital R, capital T, small r, capital T, small t, capital R, small t, small r. So just you have to add this and write, you will get the F2 generation. Okay. Here Mendel crossed the red flower with the plants bearing white flower and producing the progeny from them. The plants with red flowers obtained in F2 generation were different from the plants with red flowers of the parental generation. Why? Explain with reasons. Here, answer for this question. Okay, please note down the answer. Write the differences between the sex chromosome of man and the sex chromosome of woman. Sex of the child is determined by the father. How? Here, the first question is, so this is also 4-mark question. Write the differences between the sex chromosomes of man and the sex chromosomes of woman. So, the sex chromosomes of man, that is the Y chromosome, and the woman chromosome, that XY chromosome is present in the male, XY chromosome, and XX chromosome in female. So this in male, heterozygous condition is present, heterozygous condition, but in case of a female, homozygous condition is present, homozygous condition. So here heterozygous condition. So like that you have to write the difference. Yes. The plants bearing round yellow colored flower, that is capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, seeds are self-pollinated, represents the resulted obtained in the F2 generation. Dihybrid cross with the help of checkerboard. Mention the varieties plants obtained in the F2 generation. So here, the given plants, this capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, this is the F1 generation plant. Okay, already they had given the F1 generation plant. Don't be confused. So this is F1 generation plant. To obtain the F2 generation, the same step you have to follow. You have to cross the F1 generation plants, that is capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, cross with the capital R, capital Y, small y. So you will you have to use the checkerboard to obtain the F2 generation. Okay, so here directly they had given the F1 generation plant, so just you have to find out the F2 generation by using the same checkerboard what we have used in the last question. Okay, I hope you got the answer for this question. Yes, dear students, we have solved the very important questions from this chapter. So I hope this video will be helpful for your board exam. Thank you.